The next nib up in the nib testing videos is the spade or the spear. It's got a really sharp point and then the edges are rounded, but they're sharpened almost like a knife. And I want to show you what techniques that this nib naturally likes to burn best.
Hey Pyro, I'm Gianni Lisenby, founder of burnsavvy.com and your Pyro Professor. And this video series is wood burning tips and their uses, wire nib edition. If you are looking for the solid point edition, that's already over on my YouTube channel. Feel free to hop over there and check out that playlist. And if you want more videos like this one, remember to smash the like button and subscribe button, and then press the bell so you never miss a video.
For this video, I am using a Colwood Detailer and an Optima nib at a heat level 5. Quick reminder, these videos are not to show you what you can do with the nib, because you can pretty much do anything with any nib if you try hard enough, at least in my opinion. So I'm not trying super hard. I just want to show you what these nibs naturally want to do. And this nib does lines beautifully. Those thin, crisp lines look wonderful. And then the thicker lines, when you pull it down, look fabulous. Moving it sideways wasn't so fabulous, but when I move it down, like I'm pulling towards me, it's wonderful. I love it. As for dots, I thought it did okay. It wasn't the best you ever saw in your life. It really wants to do lines. It really likes those hash marks, the long ovals, that kind of thing. But if I move really fast and I barely touch the wood, then you get these teeny tiny little circles, and that's pretty nice for some dots. But this is probably not my first choice for stippling or pointillism. Now on to the curve test. I felt like with the curves, if I'm really careful, it can actually do some really large curves fairly nicely. But I didn't really want to do small curves very easily. I did give it a try, of course, but I found that the bigger curves were easier. So this was okay for curves. When you lay it flat against the wood, you can also do some decent curves there, but you do have to be careful. Curves definitely take more effort than straight lines. Now, circles in general take more precision than just basic curves, and I found that this would take some effort. I do think you could do it, but it really wasn't pretty. It took a lot more effort than actually just doing the curves. So I would not recommend this nib for circles. For large curves, yes. Circles, not so much. Now with the curved lettering, like the cursive and the curly Q kind of calligraphy style lettering, this was also a little bit difficult to use. It didn't naturally want to just do all of the lettering. And so I don't know that I would really recommend this for calligraphy. I think it's just a little bit too hard to use for that. Now for bold block lettering, I do think that for larger lettering, this would be okay, but I don't love it for the smaller lettering because you still can't make those curves. I do feel like it was more predictable with the starting points of the line and the ending points of the line. If you compare it to things like the skew. And so in that way, I think it performs better than the skew does. But I still wouldn't choose this one first for lettering. And I probably wouldn't choose it second either. Now, the shading was interesting because I expected this to be a lot more enjoyable for shading, but I found it to be a struggle. You know, if this were bent, I think that would work better, but this is flat and it simply wanted to cut into the wood. When I was moving slow, when I was moving fast, it just wanted to slice into it. It did not want to shade. And so I tried turning it sideways, and mostly it just kind of burned the grain that was there and made that pretty prominent. So I actually don't really like this one for shading. I do think you can do it, but I think it's definitely more effort than some of the other tools that we've already used in the other nib testing videos. In the end, here is how the spear or spade tip turned out. I love it for straight lines. It's okay for dots. It's okay for larger curves. I don't like it for circles. I do not like it for lettering. And I really don't like it for shading.
If this was helpful, you should definitely jump into the free 5-day beginner wood burning art challenge going on, where you're going to learn wood burning tips, techniques, and fundamentals that are going to help you get the clean, crisp lines and beautiful burned art that you've been craving. Join us at woodburningartchallenge.com/join to jump into the party. I'll see you there. Later, Pyro.